Step up, step forward, make Jamaica beautiful. Prime Minister leads by example. Sports, one of Jamaica's strongest unifying tools. And Prime Minister remembers Olympian Keith Gardner. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Samantha Allen.
I am satisfied that something is being done. I'm satisfied that we are doing something to lift it, and I hope that we will be able to maintain.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller put on her work gear and led activities at Heroes Park on Labor Day. Works at the National Labor Day project included painting, bushing, landscaping, and the installation of a fence on the south side of the park. The Interministerial Committee established in the wake of a public health threat stemming from improper garbage disposal has been moving apace to tackle the problem. Last week, Committee Chair, Information Minister Senator Sandra Faulkner presented the National Solid Waste Management Authority with 55 garbage skips to support its waste disposal program. The skips were made available through the World Bank-funded JCIF-supervised Inner City Basic Services project. 12 communities across 4 parishes will benefit. The $38.8 million investment will also provide concrete enclosures to secure the skips and a garbage compactor truck to support the Jwh May's waste collection efforts. Ms. Faulkner implored residents to do their part.
Use the skips properly and appropriately. Too often, services and facilities are provided, and rather than using them to our benefit, we continue with the same old practices.
Forging stronger bonds through sports was the focal point of last Friday's staging of the Police National Athletics Championship. Speaking on behalf of Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller, Natalie Nita Headley, the minister responsible for sports, said it was a vital tool in building relationships between the police and the people they serve.
Sport is one of Jamaica's strongest unifying tools. I encourage you to use it in your ongoing interactions with people where they live, work, and play. Use it to also bring you into very close contact with young people and reach them in ways that will lead them to become model citizens for the future.
One of Jamaica's finest and most formidable former track and field athletes. That's how Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller described the late Olympian Keith Gardner. Gardner passed away last Friday in the U.S. state of New Jersey after a brief illness. He was 82. Mrs. Simpson-Miller said Gardner, who represented Jamaica at the international level in the 1950s and 60s, was one of those athletes who demonstrated tremendous commitment, unquestionable loyalty to country, a high level of discipline, and unrivaled professionalism. After hanging up his spikes, Mr. Gardner took on the responsibility of giving guidance and direction to young people by becoming a director of the Multicare Foundation. The Prime Minister also expressed sympathy to Gardner's wife Faye and his children Maxine, Christine and Keith during their period of grief. Minister with responsibility for sports Natalie Nita Headley has reiterated government's fullest support for Special Olympics Jamaica. Speaking at Friday's opening ceremony for the 29th National Summer Games, Mrs. Nita Headley said the Games reflected the best of Jamaica's indomitable spirit.
The motto that you have is not one that should only be adopted for Special Olympics, but it's one that every single Jamaican should adopt in your everyday life. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Nominations are now open for the 2012 Prime Minister's Medal of Appreciation for Service to Jamaica. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller is encouraging persons to identify and nominate those persons in communities who, through selfless service, have been a force for upliftment and good. For this year, the awards will highlight contribution in the fields of innovation, creativity, community involvement, and outstanding service. Nominations are open to organizations and to individuals of Jamaican nationality, including those in the diaspora. Nominations close on June 29, 2012. And that's it for this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Join us next time for the latest happenings out of the office of the Prime Minister.